everyone, I'm Wayne Dowson from Wayne Dowson Fine Art. Today I'm talking to you about the Boulay brothers. And the Boulays were descended from the French Huguenots. Jim Boulay served with the RAAF during World War II. Jim flew in Blenheim aircraft bombers. He was stationed in Egypt. Actually had a crash there. I've already spoken about that, but if you haven't watched that video, make sure you check that one out. Jim also flew bombing missions in the B-24 Liberator in the Pacific, and Jim was stationed at Morotai, and he attended the signing of the Japanese surrender. Jim's brother, Donald Hussein Boulay, served with the RAAF. He flew Anson bombers, Wellington bombers and Sterlings, 32 missions over Europe. Donald was awarded the British Empire Medal for courageous and inspiring acts of bravery by saving a comrade's life. In June 1944, Flight Sergeant Boulay was a wireless operator of a Sterling aircraft detailed for a mine-laying operation. The mines were laid successfully, but almost immediately afterwards, the aircraft was coned by searchlights and subjected to intense and accurate anti-aircraft fire. The bomber was hit in many places and the brakes rendered useless, and the engineer seriously wounded. On the return journey, Flight Sergeant Boulay rendered valuable assistance to the navigator and tended the engineer whilst watching his instruments for him. Base was eventually reached, but owing to the failure of the brakes, the aircraft ran off the end of the runway and immediately burst into flames. Despite the danger from exploding petrol tanks and ammunition, Flight Sergeant Boulay remained in the blazing aircraft and picked up the wounded engineer. He helped him along the fuselage, which was at a very steep angle, and his task was made doubly difficult as hydraulic fluid from the mid-upper turret was running down the inside of the fuselage. Nevertheless, he displayed complete disregard for his own safety and assisted his comrade to the fuselage door, which he succeeded in opening. As the door was some 20 feet from the ground, Flight Sergeant Boulay was unable to get his comrade to safety unaided, but calling for assistance from the remainder of the crew who had extricated themselves, Flight Sergeant Boulay was able to lower the engineer into their arms.